What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before I get going on our video, y'all smash that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Share the video. Turn on your notifications. Follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV. Also, what's the other thing I need you to do? Oh, also, hit me up on my email if you got a breakdown prediction video you want me to do, or if you want to collaborate in some way. Email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. But let's get it popping. Let's get into today's video. And today we got some news, man. And it's bad news for Yordenis Ugas, but it's good news for Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fans. And I'm gonna explain to y'all why. So let's talk about the bad part first. Before we do the live show, man, every Wednesday night. We go live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. So y'all come hang out with me on Wednesday nights, 7:30 p.m. Central, for a fun night of boxing talk. Also come by on Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time as we go live with the singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. But so the WBA, Yordenis Ugas put in a last-ditch petition, try to get them to allow him to unify with Errol Spence Jr. The WBA has come back and said, no, sir, not only do you have one mandatory, you have two mandatory. So they're upholding their ruling and making Yordenis Ugas fight Stanionis. If he's somehow able to defeat Stanionis, then you have to backdoor that by fighting Butayev, which are two very tough fights for Yordenis Ugas. And so that puts the welterweight division on hold in terms of undisputed. I do not believe we'll be able to get undisputed anytime in the 2022 year. Like, if we're gonna get undisputed, it's gonna be 2023. But by then, you know, Terrence Crawford's 36 years old. Mandatories will start being called, such as Virgil Ortiz and Jerron Boots. Errol Spence Jr. has already said he only has 2 fights left at the weight. And you know, he'll probably be up at 154 pounds at like 32, 33 years old by 2023. So it's bad for the welterweight division if you're hoping for undisputed, and it's bad for Yordenis Ugas. But for me, as an Errol Spence fan and a Terrence Crawford fan, but more so Errol Spence fan, and just as a boxing fan, bro, it's good to me because now these fighters ain't got nowhere to go. It's a lot of news coming out that's making their paths have to cross. Because another piece to the puzzle, Keith Thurman has already signed to fight Mario Barrios in January. That news just came out today as well. So Keith Thurman is taken up. Yordenis Ugas is not available. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter just retired. Danny Garcia moved up to 154. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's it. That's all, bro. That's it. That's all. And listen, we gotta hold people to their word. So on the Terrence Crawford side of shit, look, bro, I like the video. I made a video about it yesterday. Talk your shit. You looking for Spence? You got all this stuff to say? Talk your shit, bro. Just keep that same energy. Don't come out next week like you normally do and say, oh, that fight is behind me. Don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. We don't want to see that shit as boxing fans. Keep talking your shit, Terrence Bud Crawford. Errol Spence, I've been backing you because you've been consistent, bro. You've been saying what you're going to do, right? Oh, and another piece to the puzzle I mentioned, Abdul Krakarov, Errol Spence's mandatory in the IBF, he already got a fight this week. So he tied up too. So Keith Thurman tied up. Abdul Krakarov is tied up. Sean Porter done retired. And he was Terrence Crawford's mandatory for the WBO. So Terrence Crawford ain't got no mandatory. You got Abdul Krakarov tied up. You got Keith Thurman tied up. You got the WBA tying up Yordenis Ugas. So the only thing that can throw a monkey wrench in it is if the WBC come give Errol Spence a mandatory like Virgil Ortiz. That's the only thing that could tie it up, bro. But I don't know if Virgil Ortiz and his team is ready for that fight because they talking about they don't even want to fight Jerron Boots. If you don't think he's ready, you know, the last time they said, like last year they said, or earlier this year, oh yeah, that's a great fight in 4 or 5 years. So if Jerron Boots is a great fight in 4 or 5 years, if you see the risk there, I'm sure they see the risk with fighting Errol Spence. So I don't think that's something that they gonna go into. But that's the only thing that can throw a monkey wrench into it. Because the IBF mandatory is tied up for Errol Spence. The WBO mandatory and Sean Porter just got exercised in November by Terrence Bud Crawford. The only thing is the WBC. So if you Errol Spence and them, y'all need to make this fight. I don't want nothing to put a monkey wrench into it. And I want to hold Errol Spence Jr. to his word. He been consistent. He been doing what he said he was going to do. Plans have been altered because of injuries and accidents and things of that nature. But it's time for that young man to step in the ring with Terrence Bud Crawford. All the stars are aligning. It's time for their paths to cross, bro. It's time for their paths to cross. So I don't want to hear shit else for either one of these fighters. So Terrence Crawford, keep that same energy. You've been fluctuating, bro. 1 minute you want to fight, the next minute you don't want to fight. 1 minute is past you, the next minute it's the only thing you want. You're on your hit list. If you're Errol Spence, the time has come. You've been consistent. There's nothing else. There's nothing else for you to do, bro. You got 2 belts, right? You tried to go fight Manny Pacquiao. You got injured. You tried to keep your word and say you're going to get all the belts on your side of the street, but the WBA blocked your ass. So the only belt that's available for you to get, Mr. Strap Season, the only belt that's available, homie, is that Terrence Bud Crawford WBO strap. And that's what I want, bro, as a Spence fan and first and foremost as a boxing fan. This fight, huge for boxing no matter who wins, bro. And selfishly, as a content creator, can you imagine the live shows if this fight get made? Can you imagine the videos and the content? So selfishly, shit, bring on the smoke, bro. Let's get it popping. So I'm sure these fan bases, they want their fighter to win. I'm sure Terrence Crawford fans, they want him to win. I'm sure Errol Spence fans, they want him to win. But I think the objective diehard boxing fans, what we all want more than anything is we want clarity. I want to know who the best is. I think I know. I think I'm right on my assessment. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying who I'm picking to win the fight because I ain't picked the fight yet because the fight ain't made yet. But I have an idea of what I think will happen. I want to see if I'm right or wrong, but more than anything, I want clarity. I want to know who the best is, bro. That's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get it popping. So, the WBA, the only good thing that this brings is that now we closer to Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence than we was yesterday. We closer to that fight than we were yesterday, in my opinion. Neither one of them have nowhere to go. And just to recap, if you missed it earlier in the video, potential opponents. Danny Garcia is a potential opponent for Terrence Bud Crawford. He moving up to 154. Keith Thurman as a potential opponent for Terrence Bud Crawford because Errol Spence said he'd never fight Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman is fighting Mario Barrios in January on pay-per-view. He out of the equation, right? Okay? Terrence Crawford having a mandatory. He just exercised his mandatory in Sean Porter, so he won't have a mandatory for at least a year. He can do what he wants. Okay? You got Errol Spence, who has the IBF and the WBC belt. His IBF mandatory, Abdul Kakarov, he fight this Saturday. So he tied up. Can't make a fight with him. The only thing, as we said earlier in the video, you got the WBC mandatory. Errol Spence is WBC champion as well. He could have a mandatory call if they don't hurry up and get this fight done. He needs to be petitioning right now to let him know he won't fight Terrence Bud Crawford. Terrence Bud Crawford and his team allegedly already petitioned the WBC to become Errol Spence's mandatory. I don't know, and I don't care how the fight get made. If it's the mandatory route, if it's purse bid, if they can come to an agreement, the fight needs to get made, and we need to see that shit in the spring of April next year. In my opinion, you can't have it in February. Maybe you can have it in March, but you can't have it in February because ain't no way Terrence Bud Crawford's fighting 3 months apart. He'll fight 6 or 7 months apart. Make that shit in April or May. Oh, but knockout, bro, it's just gonna bring excuse because I'm hearing this shit, right? I'm hearing tune-ups, and I understand the point. Man, Errol Spence need to take a tune-up, bro. Because if Terrence Bud Crawford go out there and beat him, I already know what y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna make excuses for Errol. Y'all gonna talk about his eye and stuff. Y'all gonna talk about he rusty. Y'all gonna talk. You just talking to the wrong people. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Errol Spence beat the shit out of Terrence Bud Crawford. He getting full credit. Terrence Bud Crawford beat the shit out of Errol Spence. He getting full credit. I'm counting on people in this situation to do their job. I do not believe for 1 second, just like I told y'all when we were picking the Ugas fight, I don't believe for 1 second these doctors is gonna put these fighters in a position to where they not ready to fight. or the eye is damaged and they shouldn't be in the ring, or the bicep in Ugas' case is really torn and shit and they shouldn't be in the ring, they not going to let you do that shit because that come back on them. So if Errol Spence is cleared, if he go through training camp and he cleared the fight and he passed all his exams, no excuses. No excuses. The same way Teofimo Lopez, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Did you step in the ring and fight? Did you step in the ring and fight? If you step in the ring and fight, I ain't trying to hear that shit. Tank Davis, your hand. I see it swollen. I see you couldn't throw a punch in the 11th to 12th round. Cool. Not with your left hand you couldn't. Cool. I understand that. Salute to you for being a warrior. But if you had lost that fight, no excuses, bro. And since you won that fight, no big upping because you fought injured. That's what fighters do. That's why you get paid. That's what warriors do. So no excuses. I ain't trying to hear tune-ups. How the hell we gonna try to put a tune-up on Errol Spence when the man said he don't want no tune-ups at his own Twitter account? I don't want tune-ups. Tune-ups are for people who don't believe in themselves. I want to fight a champion next. Enter Terrence Crawford, a damn champion. I ain't trying to hear shit. How we gonna push something on the man that he don't want for himself? The man said he don't want no tune-up, so I'm right here with him. Don't give him no tune-up. I want Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford, bro. That's the only fight to be made. Y'all give me y'all thoughts. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications, follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. I appreciate everybody watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And live show Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Y'all got to come in the building. Live shows be lit. But that's all I got for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.